And we're back! Greetings and welcome to the 21st edition of BigBadBatrep. This has been a long time coming here. It's apologize for the sabbatical from Battle Reports. I had a ton of stuff going on. Tourney prep, holiday, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, here it is. This is the grudge match between Daemonic Orchard and BigBadBat. It's going down at Paca. Uh, awesome tournament run by the Handsome Point Boys in Waupaca, Wisconsin. Not too far, about a 4-hour trip for me. This is going to be game one. Daemonic Orchard called me out in the YouTuber challenge. He likes to do so often. And we're going to get it on game one here. There hasn't been too much smack talk. We're just going to let our armies do the talking. Let's see what's going on. Waupaca is a 2,000 point tournament, largely uncomped. Fortitude does play a part in a lot of the scenarios. My list is a host of the Eternity King. It's led by level 4 Archmage running Laura's Shadow. He's on a horse with the book and a Dragonbane gem. I got a BSB, 1-up rerollable armor, and the potion of I Fight Gooder. My core is 10 Silver Helms, full command and shield, 2 units of 5 Dark Riders, crossbows, shields, and standard. I got 11 Dragon Princes, full command, and Banner of the World Dragon. 5 Wild Riders with shields and standard, 2 units of Doomfire Warlocks, and a Frostheart Phoenix. Daemonic Orchard has a level 4 Daemon Prince of Slaanesh with the normal kit there. He's got a Doom Bull with the Ramhorn build. 2 units of Daemonettes with standards. That Doom Bull is in a unit of 5 Minotaurs with Mark of Slaanesh, hand, weapon, shield, and a standard. And a Soul Grinder with Baleful Torrent. Let's get it on! So, game one used the meeting engagement scenario, or deployment rather, and units with fortitude in them did not have to roll on the chart. Everybody got everything on, so that's all good. This is a look of the deployment here. This is after Vanguards. You can see he's got his 2 units of Daemonettes kind of in the middle. His DP is right next to that Minotaur block with his Doom Bull in it and the Soul Grinder. So he's kind of doing a little refused flank deployment here. Hopefully he's thinking that, kind of reduces my speed advantage here. He does got that flying DP though with Cacophonic Choir. He's got Acquiesce and a couple other spells. My spells, I didn't get pictures of them, but I got the loadout I like. I got Miasma, Withering, Enfeebling Foe, and Occams. So that should be a pretty good deal for me. Daemonic Orchard gets the first turn, and he doesn't do a whole lot of moving. He moves his stuff up just a wee bit. His Daemon Prince flies out of the side arc of that dangerous Dragon Prince bus there. And also in a good position to maybe get off a Cacophonic Choir or something. His Soul Grinder goes off to the corner, and his other stuff just shuffles up a wee bit. For Magic, he gets 7 dice to my something. That is on the Legions of Chaos chart. That is whatever mark your guy has. So that's the Dark Prince Thirsts, which can be really freaking dangerous. Fortunately, I escape and none of my units take any damage. He rolls 6 dice at a Bubble Cacophonic Choir and does not meet the casting value. For shooting, his Soul Grinder gets off a pretty good Baleful Torrent shot on those Wild Riders and takes out 3. They are frenzied, so they incur no panic test, and we'll see what I got brewing for turn 1. Little disclaimer here. I'm going to apologize in advance. I didn't take a ton of picks for this report. Got in, this is Saturday morning, got in Friday about noonish, and man, just partying. It was just an awesome time and awesome atmosphere. So many people from YouTube, Twitter. It's like a class reunion with people you didn't go to school with, but it's just an awesome environment, good times. We were both kind of feeling the effects of last night, and it was awesome meeting him too. Great guy, and let's see my turn 1. So for my turn 1, I'm going to declare charge on the Soul Grinder with my Wild Riders, and I am going to declare charge with my Dragon Prince bus on that unit of Minos. I don't know for sure if his Doom Bull has a magic weapon or not, but I know he has to declare challenge, and I am more than confident in giving up my champion or anything to him, and I think my Dragon Princes will put the wounds on those Minotaurs, and that should be a relatively easy combat for me to win. It's not a super long distance either. I was right up on the, remember, we're only starting like 12 inches away, and he backed off a little bit during deployment, but that's not a long charge for me. I think I need like a 7. So I easily make it in on both of those charges, no problem. Swift stride, blah blah blah. You can see a little bit of Randy's robe there. He was styling it, man. He just relaxing and chilling on a Saturday for a great tournament, ready to have a great time. They get in there no problem. And the rest of my movement, you can see this. I zoom my Dark Riders over on the right flank, my right flank rather, out of sight arc of those Daemonettes, and my Warlocks do the same. My Frostheart Phoenix zooms way over there. I'm trying to be a little careful with that Cacophonic Choir. I'm trying to keep my, not give them a ton of stuff to hit at one time. I mean, that can really decimate units. I got a lot of smaller units, so those 5-man cav units are going to go down real hard to Cacophonic Choir. The Doomfire Warlocks do not get their ward save against it either, as it is coming from a Mark of Slaanesh model. So I got to be really careful with that. I roll up Magic Phase of 6 to 3. Nothing too impressive here. I do channel 1 for 7 to 3. And I can't really think of any good use for magic at this point. I don't have a lot of good targets. I don't have any kind of direct damage or anything like that. So I get Occam's Mindrazor off on these Wild Riders. Kind of a shot in the dark. They could get really lucky and take out the Soul Grinder. Remember, Daemonic units in a Legion of Chaos army have the unstable special rule. So if I have a charge and a banner, maybe I can nick off a couple wounds. He doesn't have a ton of attacks and can't thunderstomp me. So I'm kind of rolling the dice here. It's worth it. I mean, they weren't that many points, and I have a lot of other units on the table. I guess we'll see if it pays off. For shooting phase, these Dark Riders over here unleash a bunch of crossbow bolts at the Daemon Prince. They do not do any wounds, but they do remove his Charmed Shield. And over here on this flank, these Dark Riders let loose a ton more bolts into these Daemonettes, trying to whittle the ranks down, and we peel 3 off there. This combat in the corner with the 2 remaining Wild Riders and the Soul Grinder doesn't quite go as, I mean, it was a kind of a shot in the dark. Luck would have had to definitely been on my side. I do nick a wound off it, and then he kills the last 2 remaining Wild Riders. You can see the Dragon Princes in combat down with the Minotaurs and Doombull. He has to declare a challenge with his Doombull. I accept with my champ. He does have a magic weapon, the Always Strike First sword. I make all my wards, or I make my ward save on that, and my Dragon Princes, they're hitting on rerollable 3s, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s with the Murderous Prowess rule from the host of the Eternity King, and I just rip into those Minotaurs something fierce. That Doombull is gonna be on rerollable Snake Eyes, and it does not happen. So yeah, my mage. We take a little picture here. My mage taking out that Doombull. That was a lot of points there, so I'm big time up on points right now. That's my overrun too. I overrun to the edge of the table. Here's kind of a blurry photo. You can see Daemonic Orchard is kind of doing some stuff here, trying to figure out what he can do. He just lost a big unit of points down there. He still has, the Daemonettes are, capable of doing some damage. The Soul Grinder certainly is. And do not forget about that Daemon Prince, because he has some spells that can really mess up my units. Cacophonic Choir, Acquiesce. I mean, he can really put me in a hard place with that. I hope I've spread out enough. He moves the Soul Grinder up a wee bit. He doesn't declare any charges. The Daemon Prince gets in a perfect position there to hit the Silver Helms, Warlocks, and Dark Riders with a bubble cack should he decide to do that. His magic phase is 7 to something again. Again, the Dark Prince Thirst. Man, that's tough. It's that, I'm taking a leader, any unit, unengaged unit that he rolls a 6-4. I'm taking a leadership test on 3d6 and taking wounds with no armor saves for what I fail by. Fortunately for me, I don't get any stuff happening there with that. Or I, I don't know. Maybe I take a wound here or there. But he does throw a bunch of dice at Bubble Cack. He gets it irresistibly. You can see that he does some damage to the Dark Riders there. Peels the back rank off those Silver Helms and does a wound. Fortunately, he rolls pretty low on the 2d6 roll for those Warlocks there behind the woods. So those 3 units get random move d6. Not that awesome for me. Here's a little clearer picture of after the magic phase. You can see in the right corner there by the green measure tape. I think I did take a wound from the Dark Prince Thirsts on my Dark Riders. I think that's all that happened there. The 5 Silver Helms in the bottom right corner, they were just peeled off. They're not involved in the game. But yeah, he did some good wounds here. So he's playing a little catch up onto the shooting phase. Baleful Torrent claims the last Dark Rider, and he picks up a couple more points. I should note also that he did cast the Bubble Cack with Irresistible Force. It was a miscast. I think something where either it's the template on him or something, but he ends up taking a strength something hit, and he does take a wound. He does not save it with his ward. My portion of turn 2, remember I declare a charge with my Doomfire Warlocks, my Frostheart Phoenix, and the Dark Riders into the flank of that unit of Daemonettes. Now remember, the Daemonic units crumble just like zombies or any, Tomb Kings or something. From combat res, they don't take a leadership test, they just crumble. So I am hopefully set up here to wreck that unit and overrun into the other unit. The unit of Silver Helms and Doomfire Warlocks, excuse me, they were hit by Cacophonic Choir in the past magic phase, so they are suspect to the random move d6 rule. I'd like to get the heck out of dodge there, but I can't move a lot. Doomfire Warlocks move a little bit forward, and I try to get a little more distance away from that Demon Prince rather. I do not have a super awesome magic phase. Not a ton of dice, but I do manage to get off a Melkoff's Mystifying Miasma on this unit of Daemonettes and reduce them to weapon skill. Well, I reduced their weapon skill by 3. So that's going to help out with me hitting at least. I do not have any shooting at all as the Dark Riders are in combat, and the other unit was taken out by Baleful Torrent in the top of turn 2. I should also note, maybe you didn't see it before in the other picture, but I did a Swift Reform with my Dragon Princes, and I am just kind of behind the unit of Daemonettes there with the Cherry Blossoms in it, hopefully to lend a rear or flank charge, whatever I got. Again, bit of a blurry photo. You can see where my Dragon Princes were. The units here have no problem taking out those Daemonettes. They got ASL because they're in base contact with the Frostheart. Between the Frostheart attacks, the tons of attacks from the Warlocks, and the flank and the charge and the banner, they crumble down to nothing. I take minimal casualties and overrun exactly as planned into the flank of these Daemonettes. Now he's still got that Daemon Prince right there and his Soul Grinder 2 to come lend some help out. So we'll see what he has planned. And his plan's a pretty good one here. He doesn't declare any charges. He moves his Soul Grinder up a little bit there. The Daemon Prince flies to maximize that 12-inch Bubble Cack range. He gets in here and magic phase, he gets, I think it's 9 or something. He gets enough to, throw the 6 dice to Bubble Cack. He gets that off. I don't know if it's irresistible or not, but it definitely goes off. He's going to wipe out the Warlocks, the Dark Riders. He rolls really low for the Silver Helms there, and I don't take any wounds at all, which is super fortunate. And he does manage to peel off a couple of the Doomfire Warlocks as well there. Again, kind of fortunate they got a couple of those guys left. But that's going to make that combat there a little tougher. So after that, Bubble Cat clears out most of my attacking stuff over on that other unit of Daemonettes. I also squeezed 2 2 wounds through on my Frost Heart with that cack. And the combat here is, I got a charge and a flank. I think I do a couple wounds, a thunder stomp or two. Um, he ends up, crumbling like slightly, like he loses by 1 and loses another Daemonette. Again, apologize for not getting a super ton of pictures. We had super dry mouths from partying the night before. This is going on at 9. The bar doesn't open till 11. But we're having a great time. Again, not a ton of pictures, but I do charge my... You can maybe see a little bit of the blue bases there in the top left corner of the picture. My Dragon Princes go into the flank of these Daemonettes, and I get Occam's Mind Razor off on the Frost Heart, kind of defensively. I'm not worried about him charging my Dragon Prince bus, but he could definitely charge into that Frost Heart and pick up a bunch more points, something I don't want to happen. Hopefully Occam's keeps him at bay. There is no shooting at all. Because my 2 units of Dark Riders are now dead. The Dragon, yeah, that's just, Pound Town City there on the Daemonettes. They get shredded. I think I just even kill them down to a man. I don't know if they crumble or not. But I reform my Dragon Princes like that. And the Frost Heart hangs tight right like that. Here's a pic of what it looks like after that turn. I think it's kind of a replay of the last photo. But I didn't take a lot of pictures here, so I need a little bit of talk time. It's going to be his top of 4 coming up, and he's just got that Daemon Prince and the Soul Grinder left. You can see in the way corner, bottom right corner, the little bit of my movement tray of my Silver Helms. They kind of zoomed out of there, getting the heck out of dodge again. They don't want to get cacked. That's points preservation mode. Daemonic's turn 4. These turns really start getting fast here because there's not a lot going on. He flies his Daemon Prince over here to try to get a little bubble cack off on those Silver Helms and the Frost Heart Phoenix. The Daemonettes up there by the dice. They're removed from the table. They're not in the game. He moves his Soul Grinder down there out of the charge arc of my Dragon Princes. I don't think it's the Frost Heart going in there by himself, that isn't that great. He's got that claw that can do some damage to me. That's about it. He gets enough dice. He tries to do a bubble cack. It does not go off. So we go on to my turn. At this point, I'm just trying to create as much space as possible between all my units to keep him from getting that big cack off again. How many times have I said cack in this battle report? The Dragon Princes, the Soul Grinder was out of the side arc, so they just kind of go over there and try to park him in a spot. He can, he's a solo model. He can obviously back up and move and rotate and all that business. Frost Heart zooms way over to, kind of cut off angles, work on that. Not a lot going on magic-wise as, my Archmage is staring off the edge of that table. I think I don't know, maybe I try a Doom Bolt or something with my Warlocks, but magic is ineffectual, and of course there's no shooting. I think we've actually got drinks in us at this point, and there's a big lack of pictures. This is going to be the last one. I'll try to sum it up as best I can. He moves his Daemon Prince back over here, tries to get the bubble cack off. It does not work. Then he moved his Soul Grinder like that from the prior turn where he was kind of parked by the Dragon Princes. My turn, I'm going to get these charges off. I get the rear charge with my Dragon Princes, the flank with my Frost Heart Phoenix there. This is just my picture of the charge phase on top of my turn. My Doomfire Warlocks, and I get a decent magic phase. My Doomfire Warlocks actually get a line of sight on that Dragon Prince. I throw 6 at a Doom Bolt, and I get 22 hits. Triple 6s and a 4, and I end up taking out his Daemon Prince. The Soul Grinder's toast. We call it. Awesome game. Thanks, guys.